You know, whenever I make a video, I usually intend it to be a one and done situation. Videos that don't necessarily require a follow-up to be made ever. Which is why it came as a surprise to me when Soulja Boy, of all people, had found himself in the center of another video game related scam yet again. Who could have seen this coming? Except the entire internet. If you want a better explanation on his previous scam, you can check out my first video either on the screen or linked in the description. Regardless, I'll quickly catch you up to speed. About 6 or so years ago, Soulja Boy decided to dip his toes into the video game console market by quote-unquote making and releasing his own products. I'm sure even you can see the amazingly high quality, which is why it was no surprise that the prices range from $1 to $200, discounted by the way. Jokes aside, he was very clearly upcharging consoles he found on AliExpress or Amazon, drop shipping at its finest, although not even his team could be bothered to ship out the 5 consoles people did pay for.
I'll let you know if his version's any different. If it ever shows up.
SoldierWatchTip@gmail.com for anyone who's ordered Soulja Boy products but haven't received them.
When confronted about the legality of this entire fiasco, Soulja Boy took to basically telling everyone to fuck off while staying within his own little echo chamber of yes men, at least until Nintendo started spanking him from the behind. He immediately backtracked and removed the original console from his site, only to relist them a week later under a different Chinese knockoff brand he found from AliExpress. Truly revolutionary. Then about 2 years later, he decided to dip his toes into creating a new AI-powered, practically PC-like handheld console. This most likely never got shipped either. His reputation continued to decline until I guess people just sort of forgot about him completely since he became funny streamer number 342.
Everything that come out my motherfucking mouth is hard!
Anyways, now that we have this little history out of the way, let's get into what made me want to talk about Soulja Boy again. His new up-and-coming, untitled, cryptocurrency-based Funko Pop-driven video game. I'm not even joking, this looks like the developers tried to simulate what experiencing an acid trip may be like. Like I said, this game doesn't have an official title, so I'll be referring to it as Soulja's World for now. As you can probably see plastered on the back of Funko Boy himself, there's a little tag to $SBOY, a cryptocurrency started and run by none other than Soulja Boy. Before we take a look at this coin specifically, I'm sure many of you are wondering, what experience does Soulja Boy have with cryptocurrency? Well, I'm glad you asked. In 2023, Soulja Boy was one of many celebrities that promoted any crypto project so long as they paid him. While we don't have an exact number as to just how many he's promoted, Twitter user ZachXPT has posted a nice list of about 73 coins alongside 16 NFTs. I'll link the thread in the description if you want to have a look yourself, but for now, I'm going to quickly skim through what I believe are the juiciest ones. There was Orion and Life Token, which both used charity to raise liquidity before rugging the shit out of the coin. Just for reference, a rug pool is when the biggest coin holders, usually the owners and promoters, withdraw large amounts of money all at once, basically tanking the coin's value for everyone but themselves. We have Safe Mars, which was pretty funny, not only because it was another rug pool, but also because the dumbass himself accidentally leaked his pay. I couldn't make this shit up even if I tried. He literally copy and pasted it. We have Flockonomics, where everyone involved claimed the token was created by Elon Muskrat, which obviously turned out to be an even bigger lie than Boogie's diagnosis. I'm sure you can imagine what happened next. We also have a couple of NFT drops, which all obviously turned out to be scams, but the funniest one was when Soulja Boy literally used the Ferrari and Nike logo like it was nothing. Even when it was forced to be taken down, none of the holders got their money back. Who would have guessed? Though I got cranked by the Soulja Boy is probably my favorite quote to come out of this one, alongside from Soulja Boy tell him to Soulja Boy rug him. Zach did a quick estimate that listed Soulja Boy's potential payout at roughly $730,000, and that's only including promotions. It's nearly impossible to truly calculate just how much money he made from pulling the rug in general. Still though, $733,000 while all of his followers lost pretty much everything they ever had, that's quite huge, especially when you consider the fact that when he was attached to an SEC lawsuit against 2 of the crypto scams he promoted, he practically got a slap on the wrist. From my understanding, he was only prohibited from promoting any product without outright disclosing he was being paid to do so, and he was also blacklisted from ever being considered for promotion by any cryptocurrency related project for a period of 3 years. Contrary to popular belief, the $40,000 fine that was circulating around, I'm pretty sure was not given to Soulja Boy and instead only to the actual defendant of the case. I'll link the full judgment in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. I'm sure you can probably see why he's now creating his own coin as opposed to promoting others, because he's not even allowed to, and I'm sure it's really hard to find partners that want to work with someone who's already attracted the SEC. Now that we have all of that out of the way, let's get back into Soulja's world and and $SBOY. This project was actually hinted at about a year ago, but didn't get its first public reveal until the 6th of June 2024, literally last month. He had an entire stream previewing the game where all Soulja Boy did was walk around, hit what I assume to have been blunts, and started speaking nonsense. You know, the classic Soulja Boy. Now, my biggest gripe isn't with Soulja World specifically, because as we can see, it does actually exist and seems to be playable, albeit it's nothing more than a simple sandbox you can probably make in about 5 minutes on Roblox. My biggest gripe is that this game is literally nothing more than just an advertisement for his $SBOY coin. Even if we were to put aside his entire history with crypto, this coin is still nothing more than suspicious. Looking at the chart itself is even worse. Almost every market transaction lately has just been sell. If this was a cupcake, sell would be the icing and buy would be the sprinkles. We can even see on the charts that the coin had a period of growth before immediately tanking down into the gutters. If you need even more proof, the market cap was at 2.2 million at its start, and guess what it's at now? 434,000. Dear lord. I'm not going to accuse Soulja Boy of being the sole cause of that tank, since technically anybody can rug a project, but it sure as hell doesn't look too pretty. However, the most suspicious part of this entire coin has to do with something Soulja Boy claimed in the beginning.
You know what I'm saying? We just want to make sure everything is legit with the burn and everything is just burning and nobody getting like 10% on the back end or some shit, or you know what I'm saying, some weird shit. So we just need the best burn method.
To those of you that aren't familiar with the term, burning is the process of basically throwing a large portion of coins into a wallet that nobody can access. This way, the liquidity is at least somewhat safe from ever disappearing in a heartbeat, basically anti-rug pull. But if that were the case with $SBOY, then why does CoinGecko display a warning that states over 50% of the coin's liquidity is kept within an unlocked wallet? A wallet that practically anybody can pull from at any given time. I'm not familiar with CoinGecko, so I can't speak as to how accurate this claim is, but regardless, a warning like this should never be ignored, especially not when you take into consideration Soulja Boy's history with crypto. That's not even mentioning the fact that $SBOY's main Twitter account has been completely inactive since launch day. The website for the coin itself also just leads to this, an online, offshore, most likely unregulated, not even an English gambling site. It's so strange. I really don't know what's going on here. Then there's the fact that I've already shown you everything we have of this game within this short video. There has been absolutely nothing past a sandbox test level world. Now, I'm going to give Soulja Boy the benefit of the doubt in this case. I think he was most likely screwed over by someone else during his coin's launch, and all he wants to do now is just pump the price back up so he can get all his money back. That obviously wouldn't dismiss the fact that that would still be a blatant rug pull, but it would give reason as to why he's so desperately trying to promote a coin while its value is already worth less than a Snickers bar. There's practically any liquidity left anymore. At some point, its market cap will reach less than $1. Apparently only 300 unique wallets even hold coins in general, and all 300 of those wallets can belong to Soulja Boy for all we know. It's either that or he's actually already pulled the rug once and is trying to go for round 2. Regardless of what the case may be, please, for the love of God, do not buy into this coin, let alone this game, though I doubt anyone watching would have ever even considered it. With all my scam investigating experience, which really isn't that much, Soulja's World will either never release or be so underwhelming nobody would ever unironically play it. I'm sure just watching the gameplay on the screen has already bored you out of your mind had it not been thanks to my calming and soothing voice. He can try tying the in-game currency to his real-world crypto project as other NFT games do, but I assume that'd be a lot more effort than Soulja Boy is even considering putting into it. He isn't even trying to put effort into marketing. All he does is just post a tweet with the link. I know for a fact though that Mr. The Boy is not going to give up anytime soon and will continuously try to pump the price even further, or obviously just create a new coin and restart the same loop. It also seems to be a common theme that the subjects of my videos somehow end up finding them, so this next part goes out to the remaining Soulja Boy supporters and Soulja Boy himself. If you guys want to continue buying into this coin and supporting this guy, that's fine by me. It's your decision after all. However, do not do so without doing any research whatsoever. Do not blindly trust a man who's proven that the only thing he cares about is money. This entire story is technically still developing, but at the same time also ending. Seriously, even though his initial tweet kind of popped off, not a single person gave enough of a shit to actually make a video on it. At least not from what I could find. And also, I really don't think that coin is going anywhere. I'm just gonna say it right now. Soulja Boy, please, for the love of God, give up. If you want to keep scamming people, just make a new coin. That shit. Things may change in the future, and if so, all I hope for is that these changes are a positive as opposed to a negative. Not for Soulja Boy, but for the people that do, for some reason, hobbies and still support them. Sorry this video is quite short. I'm going to be completely honest. I am heavily and dangerously addicted to Elden Ring right now, and it caused me to slack off on this week's video. The next video will hopefully be a lot better, as I've already completed Elden Ring 4 fucking times, so there's not really much more for me to do. Shadow of the Erdtree makes me want to throw my controller against the wall, so you know, I'm not really having that much fun. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out my other videos or the first part of the Soulja Boy saga. I want to thank you all for watching and say ciao ciao.